see if anyone's listening. And if not, you can listen to it after. Hi, Brian. Morning. Or moaning, as I said to someone the other day, if anyone used to watch Hello, Hello. I'm just going to pull a card and see if, well, not pulling a card. If anyone comes in, there's 3 in chat, or 3 listening, I should say. I'll just give it a few minutes. Hi, Alison. Where were you lot last night? You know, I was watching something and I saw you, and was it Cosmic Agency? I think they did not fall out. That was me being not holding on to my cards properly. Yeah, I see a lot of you everywhere, and I'm into a lot of channels you're all into as well. If you've noticed, I'll pop up somewhere. Sometimes if it's late, I'll just be listening for a little bit, and then I have to catch up with it in the morning. But I will mention Cosmic Agency because, you know, a lot of things she's talking about are adding up with the law of one, which is what law of attraction, which is what I'm about to talk about, and the law of one as well, which I don't think some people seem to get. But I do believe in it, so, you know, that's just me. But I'm going to explain it again. Law of attraction is what I've always talked about many, many times. I think I've gone through it since I've been on YouTube. I've just not been put it to my full potential, which I need to get back into, because you do get distracted. Everything tries to distract us from what we really are and who we really are. Everything. So I'll just wait for a card a minute. And then I'll start, because I want to do this today because I've got a friend coming around tonight. So I'd rather just get it out of the way while it's fresh. I am going to play something from Dr. Dispenza. I think that's how you say it. Because, you know, if anyone's checked that channel out yet. But I'm just going to wait for a card a minute. I've just been meditating in the garden to, I can't remember her name, the lady who does the singing bowls, crystal bowls. She just did one called, I have shared this channel before. I know Dave Mordy listens to her. In devotion to the I am. Melanie Matris, I don't even know how to say her name, but Soul Code Transmissions, which was this lovely lady. Just in case anyone's interested. Trying to get it in focus. So she's great to listen to. Yeah, I'm doing well. Yesterday I felt better later on, but I think Dave and a few other people shouting out about the Schumann resonance, and I was like, ow, it was low. Not that I was feeling low, I just felt sick for a bit, and then I was all right. So, and then I had a dream, which I can't remember properly, but there was a lot of people in it, and it also gave me, which I'm not telling anyone yet, also gave me an idea for something, for the near future, for my future self, for this thing that I want to do that I don't know how it's coming in, because with the law of attraction, you've just got to let it go, let it flow. You haven't got to think about why and how it's going to come in. That is one of the things, because if you do, which I'm going to re-go over in a minute, it's fear. If you're, you know, not fear, but like you're questioning it, you're doubting it, so it doesn't come in. So I'll go over that in a minute. So I was just waiting for a card to jump out. So, but you know, when you wake up from a dream and then you get back in the dream, you did get back in the dream after, not that I can totally remember, but I thought I must get out of bed and write this down, of this thing that's just been given to me, because I'll forget. So I wrote it down. That's why you should keep a notebook or something in your bedroom. Anyway, let me just wait. I'll pull one out now, and to make it 3, I'll pull 2 out at the end. Well, I'm not, why do I say pull? Well, I'll try and go for 3, but I'll do 1 now. So I hope you're all right. Don't know if anyone else felt funny yesterday, but yeah. Yes, did you, Jack? Did you? Oh, okay. Jack's joining in. Hi, Symphony of Souls. Hello. I'm just waiting. And I did see a tiny, what looked like an orb to me in the garden in daylight before. It was so tiny. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. This card. If I'm reading it right, if you know what I'm like, does that say Apache Tears? Because if this is Apache Tears, you'll never guess what I was thinking about in the garden when I was listening to that meditation. Am I reading that right? Does that say Apache Tears? Because that's weird. And I'll tell you in a minute. Let me find the book to this new deck. That's weird. I'll tell you why it's weird in a minute. That is, well, it's not weird. Don't know what I'm saying it's weird for. Nothing's a coincidence, is it? Let me see what this says. Oh, because this is all about letting go, isn't it? Is what I'm going to talk about with the law of attraction and Dr. Espen's, I can't remember his name. I'll say it in a minute. Essential meaning, letting go of grief, recovering from the past. Yeah, our past lives as well. Releasing pain so old wounds heal. Before we came to this planet, it says planet, which is what I've just been talking about to someone. Before we came to this planet, I saw, it's the whole agreement thing. I love this because I do actually believe in this. We agreed, but we also agreed to forget. So funny, this is what's just fell out on the floor, and I'll tell you about what happened in the garden. Our souls agreed to experience both love and loss in this lifetime, along with the pleasures and pains of being in our bodies, so that we might experience a sense of purpose and fulfillment and find our destiny, which is what a lot of us are doing. There is a great beauty in being broken open for a heart that has fully expanded with grief, is one that truly understands, because I've always said a lot of people get on their destiny journey, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, the awakening, whatever, through grief, through some sort of trauma. And trauma's trauma at the end of the day. Different experiences, but trauma's trauma, pain is pain. Hi. So understand that rejection is God's protection. Faith in something better coming our way will always set the wheels in motion for attracting that which we most deserve, which I do believe in. People say faith or a belief, and then people get triggered by that word as well, because I've had a lot of people saying to me, faith, what? You believe in this? But a belief, it's just a word. They use the words, get over it. Get over it. It's a feeling of what that thing means to you. I have a high belief and a high faith. It's not a faith in God as in religion. Hi, Dave Mordy. It is it's a feeling, it's a knowing, let's say, but we use those words so people shouldn't get triggered by them. Deserve. Often we simply cannot recognize that there is a far more better plan at work than our own. Oh yeah, and I trust the plan. There's a few plans. The message of the Apache Tears spirit is not to fear. This is what not fear or repress your emotions. I've been told I'm too emotional and I should, people say, oh, you should do this with emotions. Well, I'm glad I am, because it sets it in motion. But prepare yourself to heal from the heartache and receive all the conscious universe has in store for your pleasure and happiness. Relationship message. Often your purpose states to reveal itself in times of rejection at the conscious universe whispers. You will see this through a different set of eyes one day, I promise. Know that the conscious universe is allying with you even now, eagerly supporting you in your opening to fulfillment and joy that you were born to feel. When Apache Tears spirit appears, it is calling you to recognize that loss and even betrayals, some bearing unexpected gifts. They can break your heart open and send you on a mission to live more fully. Well, it did. More lovingly, more meaningfully. Much goodness is coming your way. So, hi, is it Donna Flag? From Atlanta, hello. Hold on and hold fast to the truth that you have a destiny unfolding before you. We all have. Recognize the conscious universe as your ally to co-creating. We are co-creators. Something much better than what you are experiencing now. Clear space by releasing the past, which I've gone on and on and on about for I don't know how long. Hi, National Royal Gardens. Washing away the old with your tears. You do not need to hold on to old emotions. Well, slap me with a wet fish. I don't know why I said that, but you know, this is what I've been talking about. Prosperity message. I will talk after I've just read this book out, and then talk about Dr. Joe. At times, the conscious universe's answer to you is no, but only because the conscious universe loves you unconditionally and wants you to experience the very best of everything. The tears that flow will also water seeds of joy you don't even know are planted in the field of infinite possibilities. Now is a time to allow yourself to agree your losses as if you were sweeping the doorstep and taking out the garbage so that you can make way for a new delivery. The conscious universe has so much planned for you, so release any emotions that might block you from moving into states of receptivity. Abundance and prosperity will soon be visible in your outer conditions, because when you bring that in, you will see it on the outer as well. Crystal spirit meditation. So I'll come in a minute. And I'm much better today as well. Like I said, I was feeling a bit weird yesterday. Apache tears are translucent, water smooth type of I don't even know what that says. Invaluable in helping us process loss. Carrying an Apache tear while grieving can assist us by, and that's this crystal. I'm assuming that says Apache, which just made me laugh today. By providing a focal point and encouraging us to release painful emotions. Once the grieving process feels complete, the stone can be buried in the earth, allowing the emotions to be transmuted. Which, funny enough, I was thinking about that last night, because before I get into the chat, I'm sat in the garden doing a meditation to that lovely woman on a crystal bowls that I just showed before. And I'm sat there on that little blanket that I make, like this little blanket. This little blanket that I knitted ages ago. It's only little, and I didn't know what I was doing with it, but now it's a bit like my meditation blanket, and it's a bit rainbowified. So I was sat with this, and I was listening to the music, and I was just sat there. I had a scarf over my head, so I was like this because it's a bit cold outside. So I was like, scarf over my head. I'm like, and the wind's blowing, and I'm just sort of being, and the wind's blowing a little bit, hair over my eyes, and I'm looking through. I know this sounds really weird, but the fact that I've just got that, I'm looking through my hair. And I'm looking a little bit like that today as well. And I've just washed my hair, so normally it's tied up or whatever, or stuck to my head, whatever it's doing. And I even thought to myself, I'm feeling very Indian-ified today, if that's a word. Yeah, it was like, yeah, sorry, it was crochet, yeah. And in that moment, I just thought, I wonder if I was a Native American Indian or some sort of, I don't know. I know this sounds weird, but the fact that I've just got that, and then these earrings with the bluing look a bit, you know. And in that moment, I was just thinking, oh, I sit there, I'm sitting here as if I'm looking out on the prairie, or whatever you're calling it, and my hair's blowing, and I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm feeling very Native American Indian. And then this card falls out, which I'm sure if I'm reading it properly, that says Apache tears, which we could cry tears for Indigenous people, because we know, you know, what happened, the real stories that happened to some, but those spirits still reside. So, yeah, little owl. I can't even say, oh, that's weird, isn't it? Oh, that's a coincidence, because we know there's no such things as coincidences. So, yeah. And I had another thing where, because of my hair today, I'm like, oh, it reminds me of the vision I saw in a meditation a few years back. I can't remember when it was, when there was a woman who's an Indian, as in Indian in India, where picking tea leaves and putting them on the back of her, like a big basket. But she was happy in the sun. You know, she was quite enjoying a job in the sun, just picking leaves outside in nature. I was just thinking about that today. Pocahontas, yeah. I was looking for Pocahontas in the New York Museum, you know, of like in the film, Midnight, what was it? Night in the Museum. Couldn't find her. But I did take some pictures of some Native American Indians, actually. I went through the Native American Indian Museum bit. So, yeah. And I end up with that card. Which reminds me as well, before getting to the chat, when I was meditating, I was getting red. And then when I looked up, which what I'd say was up here, which is what I say your pineal gland, it all went bright light, but it's like I could see some dimensional patterns behind it, which sort of looked like this, which this was this morning, but this was last night, because I just thought, I'm going to bed when I'm supposed to be resting. Well, I was resting, but I had to draw a picture out on a bag, so it's not done, but the pattern behind it was a bit like the pattern I just saw. It's a bit like a star, and that's what I was getting in my head, a star. Oh, thanks, James. It's not finished, so it looks a bit weird, but the pattern behind it, which looks a bit like a sun, which looks a bit like a mad star because it's got so many points on it, which also looks a bit like a flower, and then it's going to have one of my designs of my ladies in it with the hair going up, which makes more sense yet again. If I'm going to go and get it to re-put this in your brain. Which is upstairs, so I'll have to go upstairs a minute. Which I could be lying because I can't keep track of my books. I've got a feeling is it this one? No, I think I've lost a book. I have that many books to record in. Oh, hang on. Right, I can't show you the book because I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere, probably looking at me right in the face. Hi, Jane of Torquay. Hi, Kath. Hi, anyone who's just come in. Do you remember the picture where it was a woman with the hair up to the, you know, I normally draw a lot of pictures with hair up to the sky. There might be one in here, but it's not this book. Let me see. It's normally like, you know, like that, but the hair's going up. So, is there one in here? Don't know where the one is, where her hair's reaching to the cosmos and her feet are rooting down to earth, because, you know, that's the sort of thing that I've always been drawing, and it makes more sense now. But her hair on this bag will be going up. I know it looks a bit odd at the minute because it's not done. But that all makes sense. I've had loads of people saying to me in the past, recent past, I'll come into chat in a bit. Oh, you know, you've got to be more raised. We're ascending. Yeah, we are in vibration and stuff like that. But we're still residing on Earth. So you've got to be. It's just like Elizabeth. I think it was Elizabeth April saying today, and I resonate with that. Is you can't always be too high in somewhere and not human, and you can't always be human without being balance, as we all say. So yeah, to me, it's always been, we're bringing in, I've just seen a little orb there, we're bringing in the two worlds together, the higher vibration and I can't explain it properly, but Earth and say the cosmos, whatever, bringing it together. We reside in both. It's just that we're knowing how to do it now because we fell asleep and we didn't know. Magnetic, yeah, magnetic, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling because I was talking about, so thoughts and feelings bring in matter, which matter is the manifestation. This has been thought of in the past. Everything's been thought of, but the how it comes in is when people said law of attraction, when people go, well, it doesn't work, it's if you're just saying it, it's not going to work. You have to put your feeling into it. Thought is electrical. Feeling from the heart as well is magnetic. I can't even say it. I can't even speak. Magnetic. Those two together bring it in. I'm just going to play a little bit of Joe Spencer. Is it Spencer? Hi, Nathan. And that's how it works. And that's how I see the Earth is a battery with, sun and the moon. It's like a battery, electric, and magnetism. So like I've always said, the sun, solar, the moon, magnetic. So I would say we're attracted to it. Totally makes sense to me. But we're just going to listen to a bit of Dr. This is on Aubrey Marcus's channel. How to create the future you want. We can all do this. We're all co-creators. This is why I say when you come into the lies and then you come into the what shape do we live in, there's also something beyond. Why did they lie about it? 17 and 7. 17 in the house and 7 thumbs up. I mean, coincidence? Hi, Roxanne. So I'm just going to play a bit of this because people really need to get on this and try it. The only way things are going to be disclosed in certain communities are through us and the law of one. I'm going to talk about the law of one at the end because people go, why can't President Trump say this? Or why can't Boris do it? Or why can't in every country? Blah, blah, blah. Or if you're in the cosmic realms, why can't they come in with the There's a universal law, and we'll talk about that after because it totally makes sense to me, but doesn't make sense to some others. But here we go. So
what was the biggest step that you took to get out of the corporate rat race and start your own online business?
Yeah. Hang on.
Good question.
This one.
Which isn't always the easiest thing for me.
So is this guy,
most important
Aubrey Marcus?
He's someone whose work I'm going to be following personally for the next few years because part of his process is getting us to feel the emotion.
And if you're into Flat Earth and the Globe Live Tour, make sure you're checking out Roxanne, Globalist and Jason Disbury and all the people that are involved with it and check it out. Just thought to stick that in there.
Of the future reality of the changed person that we want to become. The podcast starts after he led me through one of his famous meditations in which he asked me to reach in and find that passion and gratitude for life, which isn't
a lot of it's to do with gratitude, the attitude
the
of gratitude.
Thing for me, believe it or not. So enjoy the podcast.
Yeah, I've washed my hair. Washed my hair.
One of the interesting things that happens for me, and I've been so blessed, truly been so blessed with so many things in my life, but some part of me has restricted myself from really feeling that passion and love for the life that I live, even though it's played out like I wrote it down and dreamed it, and it couldn't have been better. But some part of me has been holding back, maybe waiting for that next thing that's going to come that I have to be prepared for or whatever. And so when even going through this meditation, I feel that passion, I feel that love, I feel tears start to well in my eyes. And part of that is part of the appreciation, but part of that is linked with some sadness of like, wow, this was here this whole time.
Yeah.
And I haven't been feeling it.
Yeah. And that's a great moment. I think a lot of people, they are who they practice to be. So if you practice gratitude, then you will be grateful. If you practice like against all odds, opening your heart when no one else will, that's supernatural. And it gets easier to do it in situations that require less effort to do it. And I think that people like we'll have 1,000 people at this event coming from all over the world. And they'll learn how to do that. And if you're going to believe in a future, that you're imagining with all of your heart, it better be open and activated. And we actually measure. So we can say to the person, Aubrey, you're doing it. Or we can say,
I'll come into chat when I've just listened to a bit, but this guy's ace. I mean, I know about law of attraction. Like I said, I have done it, but I don't do it to my full potential, and you forget. But some people you'll watch, and some people talk mumbo jumbo, and you're not getting it because you're like, I don't. He's really easy to understand. The testimonies, like I said, you're washing up, you're making tea, you can listen to this in the kitchen. Not just this bit, his testimonials on his channel are fabulous. One woman from the UK, I was crying. I was like, oh my God, you can just feel it, and you can feel it, it's true. And if you're doing the work, and you've done the work before, because I have put this book out before, because this is the same thing. People do it different, but it's the same thing. This book, Pam Grout, E2, fabulous. Had this for ages, shouted out before. You can do the experiments yourself. You write it down to keep a note of it. You do it properly, without no doubt, which I'll talk about in a minute, and you'll see yourself. This is about what disclosure is. You doing it yourself. You don't need anybody else to tell you.
You're not doing it. And that's important to know, because,
for sure.
because then you're going to pay attention and do it better, right?
Yeah. I think that's one of the real incredible things that you've offered the world, is that it starts with this mystical understanding that isn't brand new. I mean, Jesus said, pray as if it has already been done, which is putting you in the state of gratitude.
State of gratitude, pray as it's already been done. You already feel like it's already here. No doubt about it. You've already got it. And then you just don't doubt it. It's already here. So when you're after something, you feel, it's that feeling, when you've got something that you've really wanted for, and you have that joyful feeling, that's the joy. That's what you've got to feel when you're wanting to bring something in.
In the state of hopefulness, in the state of, I hope this happens, and I'm here, I am, in this spot, but maybe later it'll be there. Pray as if it has already been done. So it's that mystical truth, but then you combine it with the pragmatism of how you practice it, along with the science of how you measure it. And now it's something.
And this is why science has got to come together with what people call mumbo jumbo, mystical, flipping, magic, whatever you call it, because that's what it is. Hi Tab77, hi AJ, hi Sue, hi anyone who's just come in. That's what it is. Some scientists know this field out there that we can bring in, because we are co-creators, and they direct us somewhere else, because a lot of them know they didn't want the whole of humanity to be doing it, even though this is what we came to do. I love your hair. Hi, Kendra. I've not seen you for ages. Yeah, sorry. Everyone keeps saying they love my hair. It's because I've washed it. It's probably normally greasy and stuck to my head, and I can't bother. I've actually just washed it this morning. So it makes me laugh when everyone goes, your hair looks nice, thanks. I've just washed it. It makes me laugh. What was I saying then? Yeah. But scientists who look into actually things that they know this, and they are helping, brilliant, because this is how I see it in my reality. The future of scientists will start releasing this, and we need to look again at things, because just like Darwin's theory, that was only a theory. It wasn't a fact. There's many things that go on in life we can't explain. The law of one, I'm going to go into the law of one. The law of attraction, we don't need to know why, the if and buts, and it's just, yeah, it's there and it works. So what? So anyway.
Thing for our time, like something for everyone that we can really grab a hold of.
Well, I think first of all, science is the contemporary language of mysticism. I think, if you're studying the life of Jesus as an example, or Buddha, that was the language of the time, right? So here we are in a contemporary.
So when people say to me about Jesus, because I see it as a bit of an energy thing as well, or Buddha, be like that, blah, 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 you've got to do this. There's a lot of things we don't have to do what they did back then, because they knew about this, because that was the times then, just like he's saying. So no, the times are different now. Yes, we're finding out the information again. We're reprogramming our brains, because they've been a bit, neurons or whatever you call, I don't know what they call, they've been a bit, we're rewiring ourselves to remember as well, because that was back in that day. We have moved with the times, even though, it's took us ages, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So when people talk about, you've got to be doing this from the past, no, we don't. We can find new ways. If we want a new world, well, then we need new ways as well for today.
Very world. And science has become that language. So when you combine a little quantum physics with neuroscience and neuroendocrinology and psychoneuroimmunology and epigenetics, all of those different branches of sciences, the new sciences, point the finger at possibility. And in this particular work, I think that the more you understand what you're doing and why you're doing it, the how gets easier, because you can assign meaning to what you do. So then, this is a time in history where it's not enough to know. There's a time in history to know how. Because information is so readily available, you can gain information. You don't need to.
We knew, but now we need to know how. This time right now, with the Q stuff and everything, I'm not bothered whatever people don't believe, whatever. It's an age of information. People say, you don't need to keep seeking. You don't know. Oh, yes, I do. It's about questioning everything. And you should be questioning everything all the time. And you should have a curious mind and a passion for researching yourself, because the law of one, I'll go into that in a minute, why you should be researching yourself and trying experiments and not just sitting there listening to me or anybody else or people or the lamestream and just believing everything everyone says. The only way you're going to believe it is if you actually put the work into it yourself, and that's a fact. So
authority, you don't need a priest, you don't need a teacher, you don't need a governor.
The whole world is waking up. Yeah,
you can gain information without passing through some type of authority. And so people are empowered. And the next most practical question is, how am I going to apply this to my life? Now, when you learn new things, you make new connections in your brain. That's what learning is. But if you can't remember what you learned, then you have...
Like he says, making new connections in your brain, learning. If you're just going to stay stagnant and you're not open, I'm open to everything. Most people in here will catch me in different community chats like Cosmic Agents everywhere, because I'm on everything. I'm not closing my mind off to nothing, whether we find out that's true or not. I'm not closing my mind off to anything, because then I'm not limited. If you're limited, you've got a bit of a problem. Limitation, we're not limited. We're told we're limited. We're told we have limits, limitation. We're not. So be open to everything, you know. See what you resonate with. I'd hate not to think, you know, oh, I don't know about that. Who knows? Because this, I'm telling you now, this world is a crazy, crazy place. It's mad. It can be sad at times, but it is also, I don't even know what the word is. It's also fantastic and magical and wonderful. And I am actually more and more every day in wonderment of like, where are we and what are we doing? Like, I'm beginning to understand what we're doing, but it's just like, wow. You know, we are the co-creators of our reality. Start doing the work.
Haven't made any new connections that are sustainable, maintainable. So the more the person can repeat what they've learned, the more they're installing the neurological hardware in their brain in preparation for the experience. And so now they're priming their brain for the act.
Like a child learning to feed itself or walk, that child has to, when it's young, a baby, keep repeating them steps to walk, keep getting up, keep moving its hand to its, I don't know, its mouth with a spoon when it learns how to feed itself. Because if it didn't keep repeating that certain things, it wouldn't learn how to do it. So to do the meditation, or, you know, when you listen to the things that you have to do and the feeling and all that, you have to keep, you don't go do it one day and go, oh, it didn't believe like it came in, oh, it doesn't work, oh, I'm going to poo-hoo it. Because one, you're doubting it. And two, you're not even putting the work in. You have to put the work in. You have to put work in. But as you get used to it, I believe it just comes naturally, where it won't seem as hard, because like when a child eventually gets up in the end, you just walk, don't you? You don't even think about it. You're just doing it in the end. That's what we do when we've learned something. It just becomes, what do they say, second nature, because you've learned how to do it. And then you don't even think about it because you're just doing it.
Right? And when the experience happens, experience then enriches the circuitry in your brain. That's what experience does. So now you're laying down even more neurological training.
Yeah, and I believe that Son of Seal, when I'm alone in the wild, the world is wonderful, but add people to gets increasingly more and more mad. I do believe that, but I believe it's who you're around and your environment. So if you're around good people that are on the sort of same wavelength, like when me and Roxanne did the meetup in Stockport, and lots of people came, you know, on different things, because those people were holding a good vibration, you could feel that energy about from someone that came, I'm just saying. But if you're around people with a higher vibration, it doesn't feel as mad, if you get what I say. That's sort of why I found it a bit hard in New York, because it was like, yeah. But I got through it, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
But the payoff is the chemical called the emotion. The moment you feel unlimited, the moment you feel grateful, the moment you feel abundant, now you're teaching your body chemically to understand what your mind is intellectually understood. So knowledge is for the mind and experiences for the body. And now we're embodying the truth of that philosophy. We're literally signaling new genes in new ways and changing our future, or changing our genetic future. And if you've done it once, then...
So I'm not going to play all of that because obviously it's dead long. You need to go and check it out yourself. The discussion is like a turbo shot in my coffee, very invigorating. Oh, good. So that was on, I think you say Aubrey Marcus channel, and this was How to Create the Future You Want with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I think I'm saying it right. And that was the 21st of August 2019. So it's a recent one. Sorry, I'm really rubbish at putting links up sometimes. If Tapper's in, Tapper might be able, yeah, Tapper's in, might be able to find this link and throw it in the chat for you. Aubrey Marcus channel, and that was How to Create the Future You Want with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And I'm glad, Dave, you've been spending hours watching it, because they're dead easy to listen to when you actually go on his, that's Aubrey's channel, but when you actually go on Dr. Joe's channel, he's got all the testimonies there, and that's what you need to listen to, people saying. And this is where I'll say, people go, yeah, some people are just paid to say things. Oh my God, everybody in the world isn't a shill. Everybody in the world isn't just doing it for money. Yes, he'll get paid for the things he does, because at the minute we do work with money at the minute, so that's how it is at the minute. So people need to stop getting triggered by that. Not talking about anyone in the chat, but people do say that. And what he was just saying about, what was I going to say? Sorry, I'll have to go back because something just triggered me to, not triggered me, but remembered what I was talking about.
An athlete, be able to do it over and over again. And if you keep repeating it, you neurochemically for the mind and experiences for the body. And now we're embodying the truth of that philosophy. We're literally signaling new genes in new ways and changing our future.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I need to find my notes and never look at anything. Thank you. Tapper's just put it into chat. Like I said, it's about doing the work. You have to put the work in. And like, I drew this picture the other night and just written underneath it, and it was feel the vibe, put out the frequency. Feel the vibe, feel it, and then put it out. And then don't think about how it's going to come to you, because I'll talk about my experiences with it in a minute. Yes, I resonate straight away with Joe Olive, educating myself on things that help the body and mind. Anything that helps your body and mind is fantastic. So I'll see what I wrote down, because I probably can't even read it because I just wrote it out really quick. But I'll see if anything pops up. Oh, and someone said hi from New York. Yes, I went to New York. I was there last week. I'm not a city girl, sorry, because it's just too busy for me. But, you know, I did get on the ice skating rink. I did get to Central Park, which I enjoyed, Trump Towers. So, yeah, anyway. So, like I said, thoughts are electrical. Feelings are magnetic. You have to put the two together. So you have to think the thought that you want to come into your reality. And then you have to put the power of your feeling from your heart with it and feel it. Like, you know how you feel when you feel joyful, that something's come to you, when you've got something and you're so excited. That's the feeling you've got to hold and put it out there, knowing it's already here, it's already happened, because you've already felt it. And then don't be thinking, oh, it's not here yet, because you don't know when it's going to come, and it normally comes unexpected, like I've always said, like Joe says, in an unexpected ways. And the more Pacific you are, you need to be Pacific. I've never been that Pacific on some things. Do you remember when I did the flowers with Finn, and I asked for some flowers, and mine was a test out of this book, actually. I had so many hours. Pam Grout, really good book, really, really good book. I have ordered also a book from Joe, Dr. Joe, that I'm waiting for. I'm hoping it's going to come today. And I just said flowers, so I didn't particularly say real flowers or whatever flowers, and I end up getting paper flowers off Finn. That never ever makes me an Infinite Nursery that time, a few months back. And he actually did and said the words, Mummy, I've got you some flowers. And I was just like, So it never comes in the way. If you want something quite precise, then I guess you have to get quite precise about it. I got the trip to New York as I was thinking one day, wow, wouldn't it be great if I could go to New York? And I was on the whole law of attraction thing, and I was feeling it and thought, well, you never know. Threw it out there to the quantum field. I am not kidding me. The next day, or it might have been that day, my mum rang me. She'd had a few drinks. You never guess what? We're going to New York. I'm paying for you to come. I was like, what? She went, oh, yeah. So I got to go to New York. The computer I'm using, I got help off a friend. I did think, God, I could do with some sort of computer. Don't know what I'm doing on computers. I'm not really good with technology. It came in a totally different way I was not expecting, but it still did. Many little things like that you just, sometimes we don't pick up on it, even in the past. If you really think about something, hi Paul from Newcastle, it might be something really little, but you poo-hoo it as, oh yeah, that was just, or you might look back now and think, actually, sometimes things come in very quick. Sometimes things come in that take a bit longer. But I also do think that's the whole thing of the suppressing of that we didn't know how to do it properly, and it is quite dense down here, and maybe there is something that's covering something that keeps it denser so it doesn't work as fast for us, but it's all out there and it's very interesting and magical and mystical and brilliant, and I think that's just the way the universe works anyway in the quantum field. And also Dr. Joe says you've got to see your future self. He does a lot of stuff with healing your body from pain, but it's still the same if you want to bring something in like abundance in wealth or happiness or a new lover or whatever it is, you know, done from the heart anyway. You've got to see your future self like that. Now, I think some people think, oh, my future self, what do you mean in the future? Well, the future could be tomorrow. The future could be 1 second away. The future's 10 minutes away. The future's days away. The future's years away. The future's here all the time. You know, that quantum ring. When I move here, I've just moved here. I'm in the future here than I was when I was over there, if anyone understands what I'm saying. So don't always think of it, oh, I put this thing out there for the future me, and you're thinking the future you's like 10 years away. The future me is going to be, you know, in another second, in another 10 minutes. That's the future me, because it wasn't me now, was it? If anyone gets what I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm just sort of reading out what I put before coming chat. I've put no limits. You shouldn't have no limits, and you should never doubt what's coming in. What else did I put? You've got to be you, and you've got to love you. And someone was saying they realised that they had to love them before other people. Yes, we do love others because others are you. So it's the same anyway, but you have to love you, and you have to let go, of the past. I'm still learning to let go of certain stuff that have popped up recently and thought, maybe that's something as well that I didn't really think was mega, but looking back at it, it has affected something. Not that that person knew, because I think their mother and father might have done the same thing, because everyone's sort of programmed, and it's when you look into it. That's why I say it's good to keep a notebook to write things down, things that are coming in and things that you can look at and think, is that something I've got to release and let go of? You'll notice pain releasing and everything. And that's why I've always said on my channel, stop trying to love other people. Stop trying to worship other people. Some people think out there think I worship Trump. No, I don't. I just see him as a good man, and I'll go into the law of one with him in a minute, and all disclosure in all different communities. This is why I say don't be worshipping the stars, as in those on stage. Don't be worshipping other people you look up to like you're worthless, because this is one of the problems. I felt worthless as a child. I don't even know if I've spoke to my parents about this. I don't think I have. Just through little bits of things my mum may have said. And when you say things, not my mum's fault. I know it's not. I've spoke to her about this actually. Because she would have got it from her mum and back forth. It's like past stuff. So silly ways that because you only really know your story when you look back, and then you understand more when you look back now, because I understand more now about me of different things I thought about myself that are not true, because you embellish it and you believe what people say sometimes. That's what I'm saying. If you've been in a narcissistic relationship, which I have, these people will sounds like the Democrats really. These people will lie. They will try and put you down to make you feel lower and then feel better. But you do start to believe it. That's why I was saying, don't give a toss what anyone else says about you, the way you dress, the way you are, whatever it is. If you're going to worship anybody, worship yourself. That's not being big-headed. Love thyself. No one else's opinion matters more than yours does to you, and your beliefs and your intentions. Theirs doesn't. That's for them. That's for them to co-create their reality. Stop taking in what people are saying to you. Oh, thank you, Christopher. Stop saying in what people are saying to you, unless someone's building you up in a good way. That's a beautiful thing. But if someone's trolling, as I'm learning with the trolls, don't get many in today, this, that, and the other, that's all an experience anyway. It rip you down to build you up. But some people don't like it when they see good people in a good vibration. Not saying we don't all get brought down again. It's learning. You just get back up. But this is why I've always said, don't be worshipping the celebrities, loving them, thinking you're worthless because you haven't got that amount of money or this, that. That has nothing to do with it. It's taking you away from you. You are all worth it. And I feel like going like that, like the hair advert. I hate that advert. You are worth it. You don't let anybody, be it parents, friends, anyone, tell you any different, because we are worth it, you know. Just saying, I hate that. You are all worth it because you are divine. So, you know, don't listen to others, people. The more you listen to others and believe what they're saying about you, when you know deep down it isn't true, you know you're a good person. You know, we're all trying, we're all on a journey, but don't let other people's sticks and stones may break my bones, names will never hurt me. Don't listen to what people are saying about you. If you've got people in your life that are trying to bring you down, as I've said many times before, trying to say you're something you're not, trying to put that in your head that you are worthless, you need to get out of that environment. You need to stop seeing those, I don't know, friends, family, partner, whoever it is. You've really got to look at your environment. Your environment does affect your ability to co-create, because what you believe will come into matter. Like I said, if you're thinking, thoughts are an electrical charge, so electrical current, and your feelings are like a magnetic current, they work together. If you're going to constantly think about, you know, when people go, oh, I was thinking about this, oh, and it happened, because you're thinking too much about it and you're putting that feeling to it, like it's true, therefore you'll end up in the same relationship. I've done this before, and then wondering why, you know, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So, oh, thank you. But it's true, but we learn all this as we grow. I've had to learn this the hard way. Some people will learn it a lot harder, but it is a blessing. And that's the only thing I think the most thing I've ever talked about on my channel is law of attraction. I've always talked about being positive. It's not that we don't have bad days or we don't get knocked down by a trauma or something, that it is, but it does make us, it makes us rise again much stronger, because that's what they're there for. Hi Emma, hi everyone who's in chat. So to me it makes sense. We've got to start reprogramming our brains. We don't use the percentage of our brains, because imagine if we did, but that's what people are beginning to do. They're beginning to realize, hang on a minute, there's much more going on than we've been told of. Certain scientists and certain doctors, if you know what I'm saying. We've got to rewire and program out, what is it? No, I can't even say it. Have I wrote it down? Neural receptors. I can't even say the word, but you know what I mean. And we've got to tell ourselves and our cells in our body that we are well. We will get well. We are well, really. We are well. I am, you know. And be kind when you speak to yourself. It doesn't matter what someone says to you. It doesn't matter. Thanks, Dave. It doesn't matter what someone says to you. Don't take it in. Just think in yourself, I'm refusing to take those words in, and I am not taking your energy in, because your energy does not affect me. You don't have to say this out loud. You can say it in your head. You're not choosing to take it in. You're not choosing to have it affect you. You have a toroidal feel around you. I think Earth does as well. I don't know what's going on with the plane. And that's why when people come into our space, That's why they want us all close together. That's why someone was talking about something the other day when they said they're on a bus and they're quite like a country guy. He's like a Viking guy, actually, that I watch, and he's really good. I can't remember what his name is. And he was saying, oh, I didn't like it when I was on the bus. You know, when people are squashed up to you and they want everyone in little flats and apartments because everyone's on top of each other. Your energy field radiates quite a lot. It's not your aura here. It's quite big. So can you imagine sat on the bus with people's energies all doom and gloom, like muggle people that, you know, it's not their fault. They just haven't got a clue. Negative energies. It is sticking onto your sort of thing. So you have got to think about, like, oof, put it out there that, you know, you're not having any of these energies stuck on you. I'd also say as well, if you're feeling like you're letting something go, because some people say, oh, don't need to do that. Well, some people do need to do it in a visualization. That's why some people do it physical. And some people go, you don't need all this. Well, some people do. You could write down your past things and you could be saying out loud, you know, I'm letting it go. And you could write it down. I've done this at New Year and I'll be talking about it nearer the time. And just go and burn it in the garden, or just go and like roll it up into a scroll and chop it in half, meaning you're severing those ties from that past and you're letting it go and you're not going to think anything more about it and flipping bury it in the ground or something. Do you know what I mean? You sort of, some people need visual assistance of seeing something. If anyone gets what I'm saying, you can do all that sort of stuff. No, thank you, Elmo. I'm just like, I've always been a bit out there as a kid. I'm always like, yeah, woohoo. So yeah, and I do watch a lot of things and I do take everything in because I just think there's no limits of whatever. Also, so yeah, so please check out Dr. Joe. I forgot his name again, but Tapper has put it in the link somewhere. So if you're coming watching this after, check the link out. Tapper's put it in somewhere. Rewiring your mind, Romans 2. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of biblical things going on, you know, like apparently they just said in that thing, Jesus said, you know, feel as if it's already here or something. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, going on to the law of one, so you've got the law of attraction, the law of one. Now, I believe in this, doesn't matter if you don't, but I actually do. The law of one is, and this is where I believe Trump comes in with the whole Q thing, because someone commented the other day, bless, oh, Trump's just one flip side of the coin, you know, that sort of thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's good for you, but that's not in my reality, because thank you, Tapper, there is Dr. Dispenza again, or I've probably said it wrong. I wrote all the negative things down that had happened in my life, ripped it up. Yeah, exactly. And I do that on New Year's Eve. It's a good thing to do. Is if we co-create things to come into matter, which is the things you can touch, which we do, something had to come in the physical. I keep saying this. Something had to come in the physical form of something to help with what's going on, with seeing the badness, so we can go to the goodness and think, oh, well, that's not what I want in our universe. That is not what we want. We didn't know about this because we couldn't see it. So I see that as Trump got asked to come in by the Q team, military, you know, thing that it is, to come in because, one, he loved America. And people go, and this person said, yeah, well, I've been on that for 3.5 years and I haven't seen anything change. That's funny because I can see loads of shit going on around the world because I'm actually researching. These people say they're researching. I'm like, researching what? What areas are you researching? Are you looking at alternative news channels? Are you looking at alternative channels? Are you actually looking at even mainstream little bits of reporting on what's kicking off where? Because the whole world's been kicking off with government and everything, if everybody doesn't know. But they're not seeing the things they think they ought to be seeing. That Q, for example, said, well, if you go back to the beginning of Q and look what's happening now, it makes more sense than it did before because we didn't know properly what was going on before. And this goes for your life as well. If you look back at your life now, future proves the past, vice versa, it makes more sense. The law of one actually is, and this makes more sense. So everyone goes, well, why can't Trump or anyone or whatever, and whatever level of awakeness you're on and whatever communities you go and watch, meaning like UFO communities, whatever, they will say, people, well, why can't they just come out and do this? And why can't they just land on the, you know, on the lawn? Why can't Trump just get all this out there, you know, about Obama and all that? And yeah, looks like things are happening now. I'm just going to say H. The big news wasn't that Baghdadi, I don't even know what his name is. H, they're saying it stands for Hillary. It could be Hussein, and if you don't know who Hussein is, Hussein's Obama, but then again, it could stand for both of them because they're both going down. I'm just saying, watch this space, because this is what we've been waiting for. This is one of the biggest things before Christmas. We're going to have a great Christmas, but just saying, just in case there's people in here who are not onto that, it's fine, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, oh, why can't you disclose everything? Why can't disclosure come? Guess where the disclosure's got to come first? From us, with your truth and your experience, because I tried to explain to this person, if they put a load of frogs in a hot pan of water, they're all going to jump out like crazy. Frogs like, whoa, chaos. Yes, there is a bit of chaos going on, but not as much as there would be. There's still going to be some chaos when all this shit hits the fan, which is about to hit the fan, even though people have been saying that for ages. Yeah, well, learn how it works. Yeah, but a lot of people are waking up, so they can help those people. The law of one is, you've got to disclose the truth within yourself by having the experiences and researching yourself. Therefore, question everything and research yourself. You shouldn't be sat there, and I've said this before, being a lazy ass, watching mainstream media, sitting on the couch and just believing everything the mainstream media says for the God honest truth. Even me or anybody else, you should be looking into it yourself. Not being funny, there are Q channels out there that I fell off because they just don't do me any, they don't bring me anything anymore. Some of them that sit there and go on and on about stuff, yeah, to do with Q, but they're not looking at everything. There's much more in the Q codes than just some of the stuff we think that's going on. There's loads more. There's absolutely loads more. There's no limits on that, really. But people will say, oh, because that channel hasn't said this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. It's like, wow, when there was a picture of someone put up, I think it was American Prophet, I don't know, there's a bit of reflection going on a computer, looks a bit like JFK, Julian, just saying. And the whole thing with Julian Assange again looking like Trump's uncle, which is like, this is like, what's this, time travel? Just saying, like I say, it's all who knows what. But the law of one is, for example, Trump isn't here to give all the shit to the people, because, like I said, you've got a box of frogs, you stick them in a hot boiling pan, they're all going to jump out all mad, aren't they, and start bloody fighting each other. What you do is, you put the frogs in the pan, I don't know why I'm saying frogs, and you turn the heat up, drip, little by little. We're getting information drip by drip. Things are starting to come out drip by drip, slowly, slowly. Catch the monkey. Slowly, slowly. When the shit hits the fan with Obama, Hussein, and Hillary, watch how fast people wake up, because a lot of people said they'll only wake up, yeah, Trump is very smart, they'll only wake up when they see them go down, because that's the thing they're waiting for. So we'll just see. But you can't tell the whole world everything all at once. Can you imagine? It's that big. It's not just what people think it is to do with Hillary and Obama and 9/11. There's more to it than that. It's absolutely huge. That's why the Great Awakening is called the Great Awakening. There's much more involved in it that people's heads can't even comprehend. So if you just told everything, imagine if you were at school and a teacher said, right, I'm gonna tell you all this, and this. Actually, I'm gonna give you all this. Remember when I got this, I said, what is that? Imagine getting all that given to you, or one day by the news, yeah, this is it. Get that in your brain. There you go. You don't go, what? Because when I'm not saying this is just all of it. I'm just saying for example, when I got this map of things in the past and things that have gone on and what's here and there, I couldn't read it. I was like, what? And then I found certain things out. Then I had a bit of a dip in energy and a big breakdown, a massive breakdown for about 2 weeks of non-stop crying, anger, rage, crying, all them emotions, which I do believe have come out of me now anyway, because I had to, I had to detach from certain stuff. I had to get all that energy out because I was mad. Like I said, the film The Purge, they want the purge to happen. They want you to go, so you're running around with your next door neighbours and everywhere in the street, all over the world, all bloody killing each other because none of you know who anyone is. None of you know if your neighbour's real or this is going on because you've had a brain fart of everything thrown at you all at once and you're like, oh my God, everything, all to confuse you as well. So why the hell would, and the law of one is, no one's supposed to sort of disclose it. You're supposed to do it yourself because the only way you're going to know something is truly real is not by the government telling you, because obviously everyone goes, yeah, well, the government lie anyway, even though they will start coming out with stuff, and even on the mainstream media, they will start coming out with certain stuff of different channels. They will, because they'll have to in the end, because people are starting to scratch their head and go, hang on a minute, the news isn't matching up. Even my mum said today, well, they said on the news something about the blah, 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 and that guy, and, you know, they've just killed him. And this isn't making sense. I went, oh, is it catching up now? My mum turned around and went, well, you seem to tell me stuff before it happens. I went, well, I keep telling you. And she's off to Thailand next year. I went, whoa, Mum, you're off to Thailand? I went, oh, you might have an enlightenment over there. I said, yeah, so that was quite funny. Yeah, the California fires are deep state. Exactly. And people are going to have brain farts when they find out what. And remember, it's not just America, it's all over the world. So imagine everyone having a brain fart together. And everybody in chat who was at some level of awareness of what you found out about the pedo rings, the child trafficking. I mean, let's just put it out there. I don't talk about this a lot. The satanic killings and all this. Everyone's like, well, what are you talking about? Well, wait till you find that out. Everybody who knows about that, you know, because that's what Trump's going for. He didn't cross over the line. He's going for, you know, those people. And people who say they've researched and they haven't seen nothing, well, that's funny because we've heard a lot about pedo rings being broke down, this, that, and the other, and kids being saved. So I don't know where you're researching, but I'm just saying the only way you're going to find the truth is within yourself, of actually doing the research yourself and finding out and getting off your ass and doing it. Because if you're in that belief of like, well, I'm not going to believe the government or the main, well, you need to go and do it yourself. You need to start checking around channels. There are channels there that are putting truth out. There are normal people out there putting stuff out. Some people seem to think that the internet's all bad and everyone's lying on it. No, they're not. It's the age of information, and what they didn't realize was, especially with the internet, we're getting it out fast as well. So the boom, boom. So to the people who really don't understand in all communities of why they're not disclosure, I believe disclosure is going to come within us first. I don't think it'll come with everyone. They're just going to disruptly find out, I think, whenever they do. That's with the cosmic stuff, the earthly stuff, whatever you want to say, because I believe in all of it. It's going to come within you. You start getting on that frequency, you'll start experiencing stuff through your experience, and you'll know it's the truth. No one needs to tell you. Just like I said before, you don't look up to the stars. You don't believe what people say to you, as in what they're telling you, worthless and all that. If you've ever had an experience, you know you're from divine, you're worthy and all that, and you're having the experiences of, I don't know, connecting and different things, then it's your truth. Then, if you think about it, when humanity's got a bit used to all these so-called weird mystical things that, oh, I've seen orbs, I'm seeing this. Some people are experiencing different things. Maybe we'll all experience it at a different time. I don't know. Oh, bit of telepathy, bit of this, bit of that. Then those other things will be able to drop more, or things will be coming in and maybe we'll see stuff. Who knows? Because I believe there's a big thing coming. I don't know what it is. And we'll really begin to see how this reality actually works and how we co-create, because we've got to get used to it first. So think about people who were so asleep, not people that are, asleep. Can you imagine them finding out about everything? It would destroy your world for them. So that's why the law of one says you can't, it's somebody's own will to wake up. You can't go and, you know, when you get red pilled and you want to bash everyone on the head, it's the same thing. You can't go and wreck someone's world because you know, and they're looking at you like they don't believe it and they're not going to come out of it, and you're trying to have a go at them all the time. It's up to them. It's their own free will, and that's what the law of one is, your own free will. So they'll come round it in the time, something will trigger them or something. Think of it like that, and that's how I see it as well. So no, it's not up to Trump to go this, and this. You can clearly see there's something going on. Look at the way the Democrats are acting. They're going on about impeachment. Effing do it. Effing do it, because what they're thick. Don't they have to go through a court case and all that to find out what's nothing there? It's not going to work. Either way, you're fucked. So do it. If anyone gets what I'm saying, I just think it's funny. The same thing's going on in the UK and everywhere else. We've got Brexit. They're trying to postpone it again. How many times do they have to postpone it when the people of the UK have spoke? Scratchy. Sounds a bit like what's going on in America with Boris. Boris is like the Trump. Anyone seeing that? Because I am. Same thing in every country. Everyone's going up against government, and they're like, no, we're going to postpone it again. All right. So even the people on the side that don't even want to leave should be scratching their head thinking, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm not really for this. But at the end of the day, why are they not letting, they might not be for it, but if I wasn't for it, I'd be like, yeah, hang on a minute. Why are they doing this? Why the government? Why the politicians? Why? Oh, there's a big why behind it. A lot of us know why. But the shit's coming out anyway. Oh, yes. We will win the lower energy critters. Yeah. The best thing Trump done to take soldiers out of Syria. They never wanted him there. And that's why they're trying to call. Has he caused any wars? No. Yeah, they want to take the soldiers home. Of course they do. Yeah, that side wanted them over there, so they're getting killed, this, that, and the other, and all that shit that goes on with fake wars and all that money laundering and God knows what and everything else. So I'm just saying, I believe something's going to go down with Hillary and Obama before Christmas. I think we're going to have a great Christmas because the videos are going up again about the Christmas thing and the bringing back Christmas and this, that, and the other. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like I said, the people who reckon the research obviously don't because they say they can't see nothing, but I think they're sat watching mainstream media. If you were going to the right channels and the right alternative news channels, you'll actually see what is going on, and you can actually tell if you listen to Trump and match up what Trump's saying with the Q codes, you'd probably understand. And if you are onto Q and you're feeling a bit thingy, go back to the beginning. Go back to when they first dropped and you might see something. It's all about now. They were getting us ready for those 3.5 years, whatever it was. You go back now and it all makes sense. And like I said, it's not just one thing in the Q movement. So that's all I want to say. The UK will fall next. Well, yeah, it will. I believe it will, because they've got the shit on every country anyway. They're just doing all the fake khaki stuff, just like the Democrats are doing with impeachment. They're doing it over here in a different way because obviously we don't have a president. Yeah, it will. I've just said, watch this space. They can say what they want. I won't be surprised if it's the 31st, Halloween. So yes, and it's got to be done before Christmas because it's got to be done. The two main bits have got to be done before next year because Trump 2020, but he's going to get in anyway, in no doubt at all. Sorry if that's triggering anyone, but oh well. Laugh out loud, the mothership has actually landed. Exactly. And also the current Hillary is a clone. Yeah, it looks like a clone. If you go back to the first Q post, they were saying something about Hillary had been detained. So I think she was still allowed out, but she was detained. Now she's getting arrested. She was at the funeral the other day. I can't remember whose funeral it was. Bill was looking a bit bewildered because she got walked off and she looked like she had diarrhea. So just saying. Also, so remember, when that hits the fan, watch people jump ship. Also, yeah, there's just a lot going on. And also, I'll say again, Trump, research Trump's uncle, Tesla 369 frequency. Vibes, frequency, what was it? Frequency, vibrations, and is it sound? That's all to do with manifesting. Energy, frequency, vibration. That's how we work. That's how we manifest as well. Trump used to sit with his uncle. That's all I'm saying. Q. What does Q stand for? I think it stands for quantum. Could be a quantum computer. Everyone gets freaked out by that, but we actually have a natural one called quantum field. The Akashic record, whatever you want to say, same thing. Q. So yeah, I think it's all getting good. It's all getting good. Yeah, Obama's gone from the earth. So they say. I hope he has. A lot of people have. Trump's talking about dogs again, when John McCain, it's day no name, died on National Dog Day. Q had already said months before, every dog has its day, just saying. But for those who research, question everything, why shouldn't you be questioning everything? You should. So we'll see. I haven't heard of Obama and I haven't really heard of Michelle either. Michael. I haven't really heard of them either. Yeah, Akashic Records. It's the same thing. It's a quantum field. So people call things by different things, and that's why people get so like, well, it's not this and it's not that. You just resonate with whatever you want to call it, what feels best to you. That's why there seems to be so many different things, but it's all the same, really, at the end of the day. It's an energy force. Think of, before I go, no wonder I was so in love with Star Wars. May the Force be with you. Let's say, may the Force, may the Source be with you. But there's more than a source. It's the Force. It's yeah. May the Source be with you. It's the Force. Luke Skywalker went on a hero's journey, didn't he? It's up to you whether you want to take it or not. You don't have to. It can be for the dark side or the light side. The Death Star. Everyone goes on about the moon. I think, hi, Black Mirror. Hi, you're going to do the show with... Am I going to do the show? I don't know. I don't even think she knows of me. I'm doing a show with Unbiased on the Fence in around about the 14th. He's going to do a Beyond Quantum Healing, holistic healing thing on me. And I'm going to share it with everyone because I want to. I did shout out something to Cosmic Agency last night going, do you know what orbs are? Because I wanted to take on orbs, because if everybody knows, I get orbs in my house, mainly when I'm, you know, when the lighting's down and they've been coming in. So I know energies are flying about everywhere. Is it Scotia? I can never remember the name, but I do love her channel. I was watching it this morning because I'm so in line with, see, I've been talking about law of attraction. I can't remember her name now, off Cosmic Agency. She's talking about the law of attraction. So everything's linking up with a lot of things are what everyone's talking about the same thing. Yes, the quickening, the force. Yeah, it is quickening up. I've talked about this before. We're all interlinking with these different communities, whether people believe stuff on the sort of consciousness, sort of ETs, extraterrestrials, other beings. I do believe in that because I'm having some sort of thing going on. And who knows, because the universe is such a wonderful place. So I do look at everything. Like people go, well, you can't really be into, what are you into, flat earth? And you mean, oh, do you believe in the cosmos? Of course I do. NASA, yeah, you've got to remember, NASA, whoever, we know certain things and we couldn't go here and we couldn't do that. But don't forget, it doesn't mean there isn't a cosmos out there or this, that, and the other. They can put half-truths and truths in things. They lie. It's just what they're saying it is. What planets look like. Yes, I do believe in planets, but are they what they're saying they look? You know what I mean? Stars move, pulsate with energies and frequencies and flicker, and they're beautiful. And I went out last night and they're just so twinkly at the minute, and that big flickery one. And I'm like, I think I'll be sat out tonight as well. So who knows? But I just love it. It's just batshit crazy, but it's great. But yeah, you never know. I put it out there. I might get on Cosmic Agency. I would love to talk to her and ask her a few questions about a few things. But who knows? I don't actually know. Because, yeah, I've been on a channel. I think I've been in live chats a couple of times. You know, it depends what time we're on. And I might have commented, but I don't know if she knows of me. But I would love her interpretation. If anyone's heard her say, because I did shout orbs out last night, and I did hear her say, oh, orbs, yeah, I'm not talking about that, because she was talking about the moon matrix. So, yeah, they've lied to us. They have lied to us forever. So people can't sit there. People who are so not open-minded, I feel sorry for them in a way, because it's like, oh, if we've been lied to about a lot, you know what I mean? And I was thinking today, I mean, this is just me, because this is how I think anyway. Well, what if, like, you know, I have this Viking thing, and we had all these people in the past, like these sort of people and these sort of people. What if they were all different beings at the time that came, and they had to put things out there in case we found remains, so they had to make a story of, oh yeah, it was this thing, it was this, that, and the other. Who knows? Who knows if eye colour's to do with anything? Who knows? Because we just get told lies upon lies. But it's exciting, and it's better than watching Coronation Street, and it's better than what we get taught in school. No wonder I was falling asleep at school, because it's all mostly bullcrap. So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, but like I'm saying, if you're trying to get into the energies, the reason why I believe energies, I'm seeing energies at the minute, is because I've always felt it. That's why I've always liked Star Wars. I think even my son said, you know, I feel the force. It's there, it's around us all the time, the field. But you forget, because we get distracted with life and everything else, is, I forgot what I was going to say now. I believe I'm shifting my energies, and I'm bringing myself up in a high vibration to I'm not limited in my beliefs, and you know, I'm not scared. I'm just letting things flow. Like I said before in the little picture that I drew, orbs. Yeah, I'm getting orbs in my live chats. If you look at the live chats, I'm getting orbs flying in behind me and coming up everywhere. And I've had a few blue ones, and people saying, oh, maybe it's Pleiadians. And I heard someone saying today it might have been Cosmic Agency and about Vikings. One of the Viking people are part of Pleiadians. I was like, ooh, that would make sense if it was. And Pleiadians are actually on the Q map, so who knows? Maybe I'm a Pleiadian. I don't know. What's that painting behind me? I haven't got a clue. I just think it's mad. People can go, oh, Jesus, you know, what's up with her? It's like, why wouldn't you want to be questioning everything and having a bit of fun with stuff and thinking that, oh my God, the universe is so amazing. Like, whoever thought you'd be at this time right now where you'd be, I didn't think I'd have a channel talking about what I'm talking about now. I thought I'd be doing the usual, you know, what the usual YouTubers do as the muggles ones. Sorry, just saying it's not their fault. But like, I did do until I started researching. Oh, you know, I've got this lovely thing for my hair. And, you know, sometimes I show you what I bought. But yeah, I've got the, you know, all that sort of stuff. It's like, no, that's just boring to me now. Dolly, Jedi in training. Well, I think we're all Jedis in training, aren't we? Feel the force and all that. So, and when I've had the orbs coming out my fingers, I'm like, well, what is that? The force, the source, the energy. So think about the film Star Wars now. I think I'm going to have to rewatch it. I was always resonating with that film. I've always said it's my favourite film. I love Yoda. When Yoda says, we are not just this crude matter, we are, what's he say, luminaries or whatever he says. I'm like, yeah, it makes more sense now. Like I said, you look at all the old films, you look back at your past now and go, it's like backwards, and you're like, yeah, it makes more sense now. Why was I always resonating with what we call fantasy stuff, you know, like sci-fi and all them sort of things with realms and magic and all? And now I'm like, oh, what does Waxman think about the orbs? Waxman couldn't see them. He can now. He's like, yeah. My dad doesn't always have an insight like I do, but he has seen them now because they were very hard to see, but people can see them on my channel. And he's just like, what do you think they are? And I'm like, I don't for definite know. I'm not saying I do, but I know it's some sort of energy, spirit, form without a body. I think when we pass over, I think we go to form without a body. So this is just a body, but our soul, our energy form goes into something else, which is light, and they do work with the light, like the crystals in your hands and body and all these shiny bits that are going on, which I think Dr. Joe's talk about the crystallization. He's talked about the crystals in your pineal gland on your skin, and I'm like, oh shit. He's talked about tingling in your fingers. I'm like, oh shit, I'm not that. All these things I'm looking at, I'm like, whoa, I've got all that. I've like, I'm not saying I'm there, but I'm noticing energies coming in. So I just think the more you work, the more you're doing some certain things and letting go of old stale energies that are trapped in your body. We've got to let it go. You're making way for new experiences and new energies to come in, because you're releasing all that crap that was programmed on us in the first place. Oh, thank you, Black Mirror. I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. I just talk about the way I think, what I see, and what I truly believe. And I believe, I've always said this, full-heartedly, and it's got to come from the heart, that there is a new way coming. I'm not saying there's going to be chaos, because there's been chaos for quite a few years, especially when Trump came in, because of all the shit that's going on and all the lies, and they're trying to show this in mainstream media. Mainstream media are falling. People are starting to scratch their heads with mainstream media. It's to show up in the physical. The shit has got to be seen in the physical. It's got to be seen by the muggles. Wait for 2020. And it's not just 2020. It's not going to be everything falls out in 2020, like I said, with putting the frogs in the water. It's still going to be over a few years, but it is quickening. Some people say, oh, it's going to take... Well, yeah, it's going to have to. There's a lot of people here residing, and there's a lot of people asleep. They've got to slowly wake up like we did. Then they start on their journey, and they'll realise, and then eventually that side of the... whatever they are, that energy side, are just going to disappear, because once you know what's going on and you know how to bring your reality in and you know how to bring the love in and all that, that to me can't reside in love. So that's just going to fall away because no one's going to be looking at it anymore. No one's going to be worshipping celebrities that have lied and this, that, and the other. And I'm not saying they're all bad because a lot of them have been, you know, brainwashed and horrible things and blackmailed and all that sort of stuff. Loads of people in different areas. So, you know, Naughty Beaver was on her channel same time. Yes, Naughty Beaver. I did see Naughty Beaver in Cosmic Agency, but last night I was only in for a little bit and then I had to go to bed. So I carried on watching it in the morning because I was feeling a bit dicky. So yeah, and see, people will come across channels like that and they're like, what's she talking about? Like I watch Elizabeth April. I think she's brilliant. A load of people will go, what the hell is she talking about? And it's like, you're on a different frequency. On a different frequency. That's the mothership, but she'll have to wait a minute. She'll ring me back in a minute. Yes, I did see that about the Vikings, which made me laugh, Dave, because you know I'm always going on about. And when she said that, I thought, well, I've seen that boat out of a. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the Hopi prophecies. I don't know, something like, you know, the star beings, and there was different people of like different races. I think it was that one. I don't know. Watched that much. In a boat, and I think one looked like a Viking. So the Viking was a race, a type of race, you know, from the. And I thought, well, we could have all come here. We could have all came here, forgot, fell asleep, to have this experience, which is what I like to believe in. That's sort of what I believe in anyway. So yeah, so maybe that's why I'm tuning in with that thing all the time. Maybe I am one of them, and maybe because I have got a bow and arrow in there, and maybe. And she said something about the more of the Pelagian, because there's quite a few different Pelagian races like Taygetan and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, maybe. Who knows? The people, you know, if you don't believe in it, you just have a bit of a laugh. I actually do. And what else made me laugh about that? She said, she's always said something about was it the Tiamat Wars, which is the weirdest thing, because when I draw sometimes I get words coming up. And I did write down a name ages ago in one of my books, wherever they are. What have I just done with them? Where I'd written the word Tiamat down and I didn't know what it was. And then I came across someone talking about it and I was like, what? And that just come out of the consciousness. So just saying, sometimes you think you get things in your head and then you come across someone, and that is what's good about the internet, because you start listening to people and you're like, hang on a minute. So I'm not going crazy then. And that's what's good about people sharing things. So I'm going to go. Because like I said, I've come on now because I've got a friend coming round tonight and I've not seen her for a bit. And we said tonight. So I got the Apache tears, which was funny because I said I was sat in the garden and I just had this thing of like, I felt like an Apache Indian sat somewhere. I just did. Central sun energies incoming. Yeah. And like I said, when I was meditating before, I could see like red. I always see like a pattern, like they say, the tortoise shell thing. And then when I looked up here, I was like trying to bring a lot of good stuff in. It just seemed to go quite bright light. Why? I don't know. When I used to have something coming in, it was like this colour. Tried to get told off someone it wasn't my pineal gland doing anything. But I said, no, it is. See, people trying to tell you what you're not and what you're not doing when you're doing it. Can't be doing with that. So I'll try and see if I can get 2 more cards out of this deck, because I like to do 3, 6, 9. So we'll see. But I don't know if anyone gets what I'm saying, but you want to start making reality. I'm actually bringing things in. Where have I put them? She says, oh yeah, Miss Chime, if you're watching this at any point, I had to wait to get some of this green because I just put the little legs. I've not finished it off it. The little legs, and then I can send this week. I just have to wait for the green thread. That's why it took me a bit longer, and I went to New York. I've sent Miss Q's off to Australia. Whoop, whoop. And I've got a few bits and pieces to send off this week. I had... Oh, here it is. So I'm starting to bring things in. I'm not showing you what it is, but letters I've got from different courses that I'm going on that, you know, I see myself doing in the future. Don't know what I'm really doing, but I'm just following the plan that seems to have fell into my lap too. talk about that another time, but just saying, got to put it out there and you've got to believe it's already here. That's how it works. You've got to put the work in, people. So please go and check out Dr. Joe. Oh, Emerald 22. It's got a little heart at the top and the heart centre is green. And I see that as earth as well. You can see a little face in the middle of it. So I'll find the book because these are new. Where is the book? In here. By Jane if you've gone. So that's 22, a bit like 11. 22. Giving and receiving love, opening your heart to friendship, embracing unity. Well, isn't that what we're not supposed to be doing? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Love like light, because it is about the light. Love like light is experienced in many different ways, some obvious and some so subtle that we can only sense it if we quiet our minds. That's why you've got to quiet your minds and pay very close attention. That's why meditating is good for you. These message, I mean, I'm trying to do more of the sitting meditation, but I do a lot of it when I'm drawing because I just seem to, that quietens my mind for me. Might not for everyone. The message of the Emerald Spirit is to open to love in all its array of colours and to become a channel of its healing power as well. That's what Joe's talking about. Our skin colours are different colours of light. We're in different hues from very dark to very light because we're human beings. You are always capable of turning into radio love, to the quantum field. So today, find the frequency that you might experience and channel love. Aspire to love your neighbour as you love yourself, recognising that love must begin within you as you connect to the conscious universe, the source of all love. Channeling love nourishes you as you experience how its healing power discovers the darkness you are. Love beacon today. Can you feel it? Yep. Some people get a bit triggered by the word channeling. I don't. Some people say they don't believe in it. Even channels that I watch say they don't. I do. It's just a different word for saying bringing it in. You know, don't know why people get triggered by so many different words. It's what you resonate with at the time. There's some words I don't resonate, which other people like, which mean the same thing. It's just I resonate with the word that I resonate with. It's no big deal. Relationship message. Love is meant to flow through you from within and without, cleansing your energy field so that you can feel your soul's worth and know that you are always loved. Love may not be coming to you right now in the form you prefer, but don't overlook its presence. Express love towards yourself and others. Remember, loving thy neighbour means starting at home with self-love, which is what I said before. Because once you love you, you love everybody else. Now it's the time to set aside the obstacles that block you from receiving, experiencing, and expressing love and simply being the love you want to see in the world and in your life. Trust that when you open to love, loving partnerships are possible to help you to heal the old wounds. That also goes for, and I've said this before and I'm not going back on it, you will get people in your life that you just don't resonate with and they just seem a bit negative. And you have to let them go, like I said before. That doesn't mean that you hate these people. And that means you're loving yourself and you're protecting your energy because you're letting them people go. Because maybe you'll let them back in at one point, but that's having love for yourself to let these people go if they're dragging you down in certain energies or, you know, telling you your worth or whatever it is. You know, there's many different ways. Yeah, it was my mothership. Yeah. Love and prosperity may seem to be two very different things to you, but Emerald Spirit messages that the conscious universe both are your natural birthright, and once you support the other in all your business and financial dealings today, ask yourself, what would love do? And let your loving heart guide you to be self-loving and loving towards others. Love means respecting that people offer with good intentions. It means giving to others without fear that you won't get the return or investment in the exact amount of form you hope for. Love and prosperity flow among all of us, and today you are called to align with the flow. Crystal Spirit Meditation. Emerald is a heart healing stone. That's what I said. That carries the energy of the universal love. Meditation with this stone opens the heart and soothes it, allowing release of blockages brought about by painful emotions. It teaches love and compassion and asks that we carry these qualities into the world to be shared with others. So if you're feeling that, you could find an emerald crystal to help you with that. No, you don't always need tools, as people would say, crystals and this, that, and the other. People get triggered by that. You don't need all that. You don't, but some of us like to have visual aids and pretty things. I like crystals. I like visual aids because I'm a very visual person with my, like, you know, I like seeing visions. I like drawing and stuff like that. That's just the way I am. So, you know, each to their own and all that. I'm going to do one more card. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, but never underestimate the power of silence. Exactly. Silence is golden. Silence is golden. That's why I keep telling Mum to shh. Told her to go on a retreat where she can just be. And she went, be what? I went, just be quiet. Just be. She was like, what? But now she's going to Thailand next year. I was like, oh, Mum, you may become enlightened. Imagine if she came back all like, I'd be like, oh my God. It'd be nice though. She might get me something from Thailand. So that'd be nice. Some bells or something. Actually, I wouldn't mind a scarfy thing because I like little thin scarves. Are nice. Dolly, did you notice all the clocks in the Joker movie? I stopped it. No, I haven't seen it yet. And someone else said they haven't seen it yet because they don't want to look at it yet. But I did get told about 11/11, which made me laugh because they put it out all in the films. 11/11, Great Awakening. I think, oh God, I can't remember the name of a woman with dreads in. I can't remember her name. Astrology woman. And she was talking about it, saying, you know, the Joker is aspect. It's all aspects of ourselves. Even the Joker's an aspect of ourselves. When people aren't taking notice, people get a bit psychotic and mad. But yeah, so no, I haven't. She might come back married. Oh, I don't think she will. I don't think she will. But yes, I'm yet to see that. There's just some films I really resonate with, even if they're good, and I'm like, nah. I watched Inception on the plane back from America. I watched Avengers Endgame, apparently bringing another one out there. Well, Endgame, yeah. And I watched, oh, and there's a new series on Netflix called Living with Myself. Split, that's a good one. Not got through it all yet, nearly have, but there's another one if anyone's looking for something to watch again. Living with Myself, where they clone, just saying. One's better than the other. Wow, the Emerald Card Heart Center, yeah. Let's see what flies out now. Oh, nearly. I mean, in I think it was what's the one with Will Smith in, the alien thing? Independence Day. On their clock it had 9/11. Same. Normies can't stand silence. That's why New York got my nerves a bit. Sorry if anyone's from New York. I was just like, oh, going in Central Park, it was a bit quieter. You know, all the beeping and noise. That's why I laugh when I hear a car outside and some fella's got like a big noisy revving car. I just think, really? Do you have to be seen, you know, to just like, because you feel like you're not seen in the world? I don't know. I just think weird. I'm just like, Oh, right, something's falling off. Oh, we've had this before. Back to the Future. Back to the Future has loads of stuff. Yeah, Back to the Future is one of the stuff that has really loads of stuff in, and that even has a lot of stuff that Q and they've done the memes to Trump and Q with Back to the Future, because I just think of Tesla, that's all I'm saying. Selenite, if that's how I'm saying it right. We've had this before. That's a really good one. I'm not knowing of all my crystals, but 49. Then I'm going to go 49. Yeah, I'd say I'm stepping into, yeah, I'm still twinkling, you know, with a shiny thing, which only happened this year, so that I noticed anyway. 49. 49. 49. 49 is And then I've got orbs flying about, so woof, what's going on? Right, so it says, and then I'll bring my mum back when I've done. Shouldn't take the hint that I might be doing something. Liquid light fluidity, can't say it, flexibility, illumination, and clarity, raising your vibration. Well, isn't that the topic of the moment? When selenite spirit appears, its message to you is to keep moving past your challenges. Your sight's always on raising your vibration, as I say. Yeah, upgraded. Yeah. Your sight's always on raising your vibration. To be liquid light, illuminating fluid, which I've talked about liquid light and how I think, you know, waters and things are like a crystal version. They're just liquid. For even the earth and her rocks, stones and crystals change and reveal more of themselves over time because they hold information. Selenite spirit's message is that whatever the pace of change, you must yield your expectations about how things should be so that you can discover the beauty in how things are evolving. Like I say, there is a lot of dark stuff out there, but it's had to happen for us to evolve. So at the same time, you might think it's evil, but at the same time, it's beautiful, weird, but true. Like liquid light flowing around an obstacle, you have the capacity to move more freely than you might realize. Know that a new perspective can help you see that. You don't ever have to be stopped in your tracks. Be flexible in your thinking, for there is more wisdom. That's what I say. I'm really flexible in my thinking, in the universal consciousness, than in your own individual mind. And it is always available to you. The way out of the old patterns, as I've said before, the old patterns, these things that you've got to let go of in the past are patterns. The patterns you're repeating. To enter the unknown without maps or well-defined familiar paths. Surrender your fear. It's all about surrendering. And know that the conscious universe is here to provide you with the clarity and to guide you through unexpected twists and turns, which is what Dr. Joe talks about. Get synchronism with the card. Yeah. Relationships. Relationships offer you the opportunity to deepen our love and trust and to experience personal transformation. Because wanting to make a relationship work can be the key to releasing your beliefs about how the other ought to act and how very right you are all the time. Selenite, because people do that a lot. They get with people and they think, oh, that's the way they should act. You know, you want to be right all the time. It's not about that. Selenite spirit calls you to bring your light and shine it on your truth. Be more flexible so that even the obstacles that seem to be blocking you from your love, you recognize your ability to become fluid and move around them. The conscious universe wants you to have the relationship you desire. You are called to raise your vibration and put your energy into what you do want instead of what you don't want. And that's the thing. If you're always thinking about what you don't want, you're going to attract it because you're putting a feeling to it as well. You've got to be putting your energy into what you do want. You don't think about the negative. And this is what I'm always telling my mum, stop thinking about that. Stop putting it in the ether. Stop speaking it out there. Stop saying, oh, this could happen. Just don't even, you can look at it and let it go, but just don't. Look at the other person from another angle. Try to understand their point of view. The movement can shift everything and help them see you differently too. The magic of love is that it can take many forms, all of which can help us heal the old patterns that kept us stuck and unable to move forward into our purpose. Isn't love marvelous? Yeah. Prosperity message. We often think of wealth too literally as having money or owning property or stuff, instead of acknowledging its spiritual nature. Yeah. The earth has boundless riches, for it reflects the universe's endless love for us. Our task is to bring light and stay connected to our higher power and recognize prosperity in its many forms. Selenite spirit calls you to be less rigid in your thinking. I am so not rigid about what it means to be wealthy and prosperous, so that form the realm of air, that realm, air, where ideas originate. Quantum field, ether, whatever. You can signal to the universe that you are ready to manifest the material resources you need to do your healing work and find your purpose. What you require might be different from what you think. So be flexible and open to new ideas about how you can prosper and what will serve you best. And I'll come into chat in a minute. So the last bit of this is crystal spirit meditation. Meditating with selenite. I think I've got selenite. I think I've got a few pieces actually. Brings purity, to our thoughts by clearing contaminants or clutter caused by beliefs. You have a lot of clutter from beliefs. You can get rid of them. Bring something new in, our own or those of others, which is what I was talking about before. Selenite clears our energy as well as our energy of other crystals and never needs cleansing itself. It is an optimal stone to have in a healing room. So if you haven't got one, get one of them if you're into your crystals. This is some room, as it can assist in keeping the space free of unwanted or what does that say? I don't know if it's the dimensional entities or something it says on there. It also protects against EMF, electrical magnetic field exposure from computers. Better stick it near mine then. But I think that's a frequency as well. So they were the cards. I will just let one fall out of the, if I can find them, Nature's Whispers, because I haven't done them for ages, and they are one of my favourite decks, if they're here. And then I'm going to go, Fear is a mind killer, exactly. People talk about the devil and that, it's your mind. Your mind plays tricks on you. You know, you've got to really think if it's you. But yeah, that's why they put us in fear with everything. That's why the news is constantly fearing all the time. I've said before, they put us in a dense state, so you're not attracting what you want to attract because you're fearing, and it's making you think of fear. So you fear everything. So that's why a lot of people don't manifest either. And even someone said to me the other day, and they might be watching, I don't know, oh, I don't tell people what I want to manifest because they might be able to put, you know, bad vibes in it. I don't really think like that, because if you're thinking about someone who might put something on you, not making it work, it's like that thing that you're not thinking it's coming in sort of thing, if you get what I'm saying. So I don't even think about that. Thank you. Yeah. But that's why everything's been so doom and gloom, and people go, oh, it's the way of the world. No, it wasn't. It didn't used to be. It's to get you in a form of fear. Everything's to fear. Films, news, everything, to bring a denser thing in that if you're manifesting, it's either slower or it doesn't work. So you're constantly thinking bad things and attracting bad things in your life. That's what it's all about. That's why I say switch your news off. Go, and I've always said, go and watch people that you like watching that lift you up in a frequency, music that lift you up in a frequency. You've got to be careful of frequencies in music. You want to be listening to a lot of like 432 and different ones. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. Don't be around people that bring you down in negativity. You know, you can always leave early if you're out with friends and you think, oh my God, this conversation is just gaslighting should be a crime. Exactly. So I'll just do one more card. But my mum's beginning to wake up to the news. So if my mum's beginning to wake up to the news, I mean, whoa, you know. And that takes a lot. And I don't know if anyone, why I'm just shuffling these, has any thoughts on orbs of their own sort of perception. 32, a little owl on the front of it, well, mask, and butterflies, is trust your own understanding, which I would say is also your inner standing. But she's looking over the realm there, you know, seeing what it is for what it really is. I think there's a big wing over her. Owl. Funny that, because they said the owl are the watchers. She's got that. Oh, we are the watchers. I mean, what are stars? I mean, our overselves are. It's all mad, but that picture makes sense to me. There's little galaxies and orbs and bits going on in the picture. Yeah, the bigger picture when you go from a place higher up, from a different view and a different perceptive, whatever. You see the bigger picture. Exactly. And this is the whole thing with Q and all that. Once you start putting all the dots together, you start seeing things from a bigger perspective. Some of the things you ain't gonna like, but it brings you to the truth. And even though the truth's hard, the truth does set you free. And I've spoke to a few people about that off camera, on the phone, about, you know, they found out this, found out that, they were upset with some stuff, but the truth does set you free. No matter what horrible things you hear as well, it does set you free. Because then you know that, oh, right, so it wasn't me that was thinking I wasn't worth it. We've had this thing set up where it's tricked people, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So I'm going to go, and I shall see you, what day is it today? Is it Tuesday? We'll see you before the week is out. I've still got a few bits to finish off, get posted, friends coming around, things to go to this week and stuff. So, yeah. You too, Black Mirror and Elmo, and I'll go for a few names before I go. If I can move my thing up and down. So we've got Bye to Dave, Elmo, Black Mirror, Tapper 77, Jane of Torquay. Let me see. HH. Don't know if I have to go. Kath, is it Boeing? Kath? And obviously anyone who will be in chat after. Christopher, Alison, Jeshua the King, Captain Will, Dr. Song, Roxanne, I think she was in before, Pam, I think Nathan Oakley's in, I think it's Kanda, is it Kanda? Sorry if I've got your name wrong, but you know what I'm like. AJ, Sue, sorry if I've missed anyone out. Lee Roberts. Seen some new people in, that's good. Symphony of Souls. Hi. I think is it Donna Flag? Brian, Stavely, Amanda, Globe Denier. I think I've got everyone. National Memorial Gardens, and anyone who may have popped in that I can't see. Thanks for coming in. I'll just go right back down to the bottom again. And yeah, and I shall see you all soon. So I hope that made sense. Please go and check out in live chat when this goes up for Tapper put the link into. You might just get it in before I go. I don't know. To Dr. Joe Spencer. Sorry, I think I keep chopping that name up at the end. And listen to his testimonials. They're brilliant. Like I said, you can listen while you're cooking tea, anything. They're beautiful. And if it resonates with you, just start trying to do the work. You have to break them patterns. So yes, it is about trying a bit of meditation, trying different things that, thank you, Tapper, thank you, that you're not used to. This is how you break the cycles and start getting rid of all this horrible energy that is giving you disease and pain from holding it all when it's not doing anything. And let's start bringing the new energies in. Start doing new things. Start doing the things that you've always wanted to do. It might be a new hobby, whatever. You can do it. You have to keep doing it a few times to get good at it. Do you know what I mean? Don't let it put you off. But he does a lot of things on healing. So if you want to heal from, you know, diseases and stuff like that, pain, things that you've had for years, you can get rid of it. But it's also the same as if things that you want to bring into your life, you know, things that you want to manifest in your reality. So just saying. Oh, thank you, Symphony of Souls, and thank you. I brought a big chunk of tourmaline and hung it in the sun for a full day. Great for grounding. Yeah, and I've got some wood things, so I'm going to be making some positive key rings that I'll be doing. So I'll show you them when I've got around to doing it, because you know I'm always doing different things. Don't stay stale. So like I said, feel the vibe and put out the frequency. Keep vibing high. I think that's what I'm going to keep saying. Keep vibing high, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, me and these buttons.